The cosmos, a reflection on the vastness of space. The cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be. In the grand theater of existence, it unfolds before us as an endless expanse of wonder, a tapestry woven with the light of a billion suns and the shadows of mysteries yet untold. We are star-stuffed contemplating the stars, born from ancient cosmic alchemy, where gravity forged galaxies and time sculpted worlds. Across the boundless void, nebulas bloom like celestial flowers, their luminescent petals composed of hydrogen and dreams. Great spirals of galaxies whirl in a cosmic dance, their arms embracing clusters of suns and cradling the seeds of worlds. Somewhere in the swirl of stardust, life awoke, fragile, curious, and blessed with the audacity to question its place in the cosmic order. To journey into the cosmos is to voyage through time itself. We peer into the night sky and see echoes of beginnings, the afterglow of the Big Bang, faint yet insistent. The light of distant stars, having traveled for millions of years, whispers stories from epochs long past. And yet, in this vastness, we feel an intimate connection, as though the universe, in all its enormity, knows we are here. The cosmos is a reminder of our humility, yet also our potential. We are cosmic explorers, daring to probe the unknown with fragile spacecraft and fearless imagination. In the immensity of space, we seek answers to ancient questions. Where did we come from? Are we alone? What is our destiny? Carl Sagan once spoke of a pale blue, our home, suspended in the cosmic dark. That fragile sphere holds all we know, every life, every hope, every sorrow. From this small vantage point, we dare to reach for the stars. The universe does not exist to be conquered, but to be understood, cherished, and explored. In contemplating the cosmos, we awaken to the poetry of existence, the realization that we are both infinitesimally small and profoundly significant. We are the universe made conscious, an ephemeral but determined flicker of awareness in a cosmic sea. And as long as we continue to seek, to wonder, and to dream, the stars will forever guide us home. To continue our cosmic journey is to embrace the infinite, where each star is a beacon calling us forward into the unknown. The cosmos humbles us, yet it also empowers us with the knowledge that we belong to something vast and wondrous. The atoms in our bodies were born in the hearts of long-dead stars, supernovae that erupted with unimaginable force, seeding the universe with the elements that would one day become oceans, forests, and thinking beings who gaze up at the night sky with awe. But the cosmos is not merely a spectacle of light and matter. It is also a story of time and transformation. Stars live and die, galaxies collide and merge, and black holes devour the very fabric of space-time. Yet, amid this seeming chaos, there is an elegance, an order governed by the cosmic symphony of physics. From quantum particles to galactic clusters, everything dances to the rhythm of universal laws, as though the cosmos itself is a grand composition, written in the language of nature. The pursuit of understanding, the search for truth, is a testament to the restless curiosity that defines our species. In laboratories, observatories, and spacecraft, we unravel the cosmic mysteries one discovery at a time. We have found the fingerprints of ancient cosmic events etched in the cosmic microwave background. We have sent probes to distant planets, watched their alien horizons, and dreamed of the day when humankind will step foot on distant worlds. But exploration is not without its questions. What if, somewhere among the trillion planets that orbit distant stars, there are other sentient beings equally curious, equally eager to understand their place in the universe? Are we alone, or are we but one voice in a cosmic chorus of life? The thought stirs a profound mixture of solitude and hope, a reminder of both our vulnerability and our resilience. The cosmos teaches us patience, for its timescales dwarf our brief human lives. Yet it also teaches us urgency, for we have but one world to cherish and protect, a world teeming with life, improbable yet real. From our pale blued, we have sent our whispers into the cosmic void, Voyager's golden records, messages of greeting etched in hopes that some distant intelligence might one day listen. These small gestures affirm our yearning for connection across the vast divide. As Carl Sagan reminded us, for small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love. Love for each other, for our fragile home, and for the beauty of existence itself, anchors us as we contemplate the cosmic abyss. The universe may be vast and different and ancient beyond comprehension, but in our hearts, we carry the fire of curiosity, empathy, and wonder. In every photograph of distant galaxies, in every starlit night, we find a reflection of our journey, a journey that began not in fear, but in the audacity to question and the courage to explore. The cosmos beckons us onward, not just as solitary wanderers, but as a testament to the improbable miracle that life, born from stardust, can dream of the stars. And so, as we stand on the shores of the cosmic ocean, we are reminded of our timeless quest to seek, to learn, and to understand not just the vastness around us, but the boundless potential within ourselves. For in the end, to explore the cosmos is to explore what it truly means to be human. The journey into the cosmos is, at its core, a journey inward, a reflection of who we are, what we value, and what legacy we hope to leave behind. Each question we ask of the universe is also a question we ask of ourselves. Why are we here? What will we become? The cosmos answers in whispers of ancient light and the silent drift of galaxies, but it leaves the meaning for us to discover. We are stardust, forged in the crucibles of supernovae, yet we are also poets, scientists, and storytellers. We measure the distance between stars and light years, but the true measure of our exploration is found in the connections we forge with each other. The discoveries we make, whether of distant exoplanets or the physics of dark energy, are not ends in themselves, but signposts that point toward a shared future where curiosity binds us together. In the vastness of space, there is room for hope and imagination. Consider the exoplanets that orbit their suns in the habitable zones of far-off star systems. Somewhere out there, perhaps rain falls on alien seas, or mountains rise under strange skies. The thought is staggering, not because it diminishes us, but because it reminds us that life, rare and precious, may find a way in places we cannot yet imagine. And if we ever find it, or if it finds us, it will be a moment that will redefine our understanding of the universe and our place within it. But as we look outward, we must also look homeward. Our planet, a delicate jewel in the cosmic void, is the only world we know that cradles life. It is irreplaceable, a singular harbor in an endless sea. The exploration of space is not an abandonment of Earth. It is an extension of our reverence for life. To understand the harshness of other worlds is to appreciate the fragile miracle of our own. If we ever journey to distant planets, it will not be because we seek to escape, but because exploration is written into our very nature. As Carl Sagan said, somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. This promise of discovery drives us forward, past the boundaries of what we once believed possible. We dream of building observatories on distant moons, of reaching the nearest stars, of standing in the shadow of planets that, until now, existed only in our imaginations. And when the first human sets foot on another world, we will carry with us not only the ingenuity of our technology, but the hopes and dreams of generations who dared to believe in the stars. In the end, the cosmos does not ask for reverence. It simply exists, vast and unyielding. But we, small and finite, choose to honor it by seeking to understand. We listen to the hum of the universe with radio telescopes and trace its story in ancient starlight. We send our fragile machines to the edges of the solar system, knowing they will outlive us, drifting through the cold eternity of space. We place our faith in the idea that knowledge, like the stars, will illuminate the unknown. And as we stand beneath the endless sky, we remember that the cosmos is not just a place we inhabit. It is a story we are writing, a story of curiosity, courage, and wonder. Each discovery is a page in that cosmic narrative, and though our chapter may be brief, it is filled with meaning. For we are the universe made aware, the stardust that dared to dream. In the face of infinity, we choose to reach for the stars, not because it is easy or certain, but because it reminds us that we are connected to something greater than ourselves, a grand cosmic symphony in which every star, every planet, and every life plays its part. And in that harmony, we find our purpose, to seek, to wonder, and above all, to marvel at the incredible beauty of existence. And so, we continue our cosmic voyage, not only through the dark reaches of space, but through the depths of understanding. Every telescope we build, every probe we launch, and every question we ask brings us one step closer to comprehending the grand design of the cosmos. Yet, for all the equations we solve and the stars we chart, there remains something beautifully mysterious about existence itself. The universe doesn't just speak to our intellect. It resonates with our emotions, our dreams, and our yearning to belong to something eternal. The sight of Saturn's rings through a lens, the first image of a distant exoplanet, the eerie stillness of the moon's surface, all remind us of the paradox of our nature, small but boundless in imagination. The farther we reach into space, the more we are confronted by time itself. The light from distant galaxies shows us not as they are now, but as they were billions of years ago. We are time travelers by proxy, witnessing the birth and death of stars long vanished. In this cosmic archaeology, we uncover the story of everything. The fire of the Big Bang, the quiet dance of atoms forming the first molecules, and the slow emergence of complexity that led to galaxies, planets, and life. Yet, amid all this grandeur, the greatest mystery may be consciousness itself. What is it that allows the universe to become aware of its own existence? How did particles born in stellar furnaces come together to create beings capable of love, wonder, and introspection? When we look up at the night sky, we are not just observing distant lights. We are gazing at our origins, reflecting on the improbable journey that brought us here. The cosmos whispers its secrets in wavelengths of light, cosmic rays, and gravitational waves. But for all its vastness, it also invites us to listen to the silence, to the spaces between the stars, where questions linger without answers. Perhaps this silence is not empty, but full of possibilities. Perhaps it is in this stillness that we find the courage to imagine a future where humanity thrives, not just as a species that survives, but as one that dares to create, explore, and nurture. Carl Sagan often spoke of the responsibility that comes with knowledge. To glimpse the universe is to understand that we are stewards of something rare. Our pale blue, suspended in a sunbeam, is fragile and finite. And yet, it is from this that we have dared to dream of interstellar journeys and of a future where life reaches out to touch the stars. If we ever reach the distant shores of another world, we will carry with us more than science and technology. We will carry the collective stories of humanity, the hopes of artists, the questions of philosophers, the laughter of children. All will be inscribed in the memory of those who leave Earth behind to step onto alien soil. In this way, space exploration is not an escape. It is an extension of who we are. It is the ultimate expression of our desire to connect, to learn, and to endure. And though the cosmos may be indifferent to our dreams, it has given us the raw materials of wonder. It has shaped us into beings who can look into the void and see not emptiness, but endless possibility. As we peer deeper into the universe, one truth remains clear. We are not outsiders in this cosmic symphony. We are part of its melody. The atoms in our hands were forged in the crucibles of long-dead stars. The energy that powers our thoughts is the same energy that fuels the suns. To explore the cosmos is not to leave home, but to rediscover it in every distant light and every corner of the unknown. In the end, the cosmos reminds us that we are, in every sense, a way for the universe to know itself. And as long as we continue to seek, to learn, and to wonder, we will be fulfilling the most ancient and profound calling of all, to be explorers of the infinite. We are the children of stardust, destined not to remain still, but to journey into the vast and beautiful unknown. The journey into the vast unknown is not just a physical endeavor. It is a philosophical and spiritual quest. Each step we take toward the stars challenges us to reconcile our fragility with our boundless curiosity. The cosmos, indifferent and immense, serves as both a mirror and a muse, reflecting our deepest fears and our highest aspirations. To venture into the unknown is to embrace uncertainty. Yet that uncertainty is fertile ground for discovery. Every leap forward, be it the landing of a rover on Mars or the detection of gravitational waves, begins with a question. What lies beyond the horizon? Are we alone? How did the universe awaken from the dark void of non-existence to bloom into galaxies, worlds, and sentient beings capable of wonder? The answers may elude us, but the act of seeking binds us across generations and borders. The cosmic journey is humanity's greatest unifier, reminding us that we are a single species sharing a fragile world, journeying together aboard a solitary ship through an endless sea. From the Apollo missions that left humanity's first footprints on the moon to the Voyager probes carrying our greetings into interstellar space, our voyages have always been more than scientific. They are testaments to hope and cooperation. And yet, the cosmos also challenges us to look inward. In the quest to reach other worlds, we are reminded of our own world's beauty and vulnerability. The distant storms of Jupiter, the icy plains of Europa, and the ancient cliffs of Mars captivate our imagination, but none rival the delicate biosphere of Earth, where water flows freely, life flourishes in abundance, and the sky glows with sunsets of gold and crimson. As Carl Sagan eloquently put it, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. If we are to endure, we must become wise enough to cherish our home while dreaming of others. To journey through the cosmos is to weave our stories into the fabric of something far larger than ourselves. The universe is not static. It is alive with motion and change. Galaxies collide, stars are born and die, and the very fabric of space-time ripples with echoes of cosmic events. And yet, here we are, conscious witnesses to this grand unfolding. What a gift it is to be aware, to not only exist, but to seek meaning within the stars' ancient glow. Perhaps one day, when humans walk beneath alien suns, we will remember the long journey that began with the simple act of looking up. We will remember how, on a small blue planet in an ordinary corner of the Milky Way, a species of stargazers dared to believe that the cosmos was not beyond reach. And when we step onto those distant worlds, we will bring with us the stories, hopes, and dreams of Earth, a reminder that the stars, for all their brilliance, are made brighter by the hearts of those who seek them. The cosmos beckons us not as conquerors, but as caretakers of knowledge and wonder. Our responsibility is not only to understand the universe, but to carry forward the legacy of curiosity, compassion, and courage. The discoveries we make are not just victories of intellect. They are affirmations of what it means to be human. We are wanderers, yes, but we are also builders of bridges between the known and the unknown. The path forward is vast, filled with challenges and mysteries, but the call to explore is as enduring as the light of ancient stars. As long as there are questions to be asked and dreams to be dreamed, our journey will continue. For in every nebula that glows in the void, in every galaxy that spins in silence, we see a reflection of our potential. And in every heartbeat of wonder, we carry the promise that we, the children of stardust, will continue our quest to seek not just new worlds, but a deeper understanding of our place among the stars. This is our story. This is the cosmos, and it is only the beginning. But where do we go from here? The cosmos is vast beyond comprehension, yet within its enormity lies an unspoken invitation to explore not just space, but the limits of our courage, our intellect, and our imagination. We find ourselves at a crossroads in cosmic history, a moment when our technological reach has begun to match our ancient ambitions. We have touched the moon, sent machines to the edge of the solar system, and glimpsed galaxies from epochs long past. And yet, the path forward is uncharted, filled with both peril and promise. To step into the next era of exploration, we must first decide what kind of species we aspire to be. Do we seek the stars for conquest or for communion? Do we extend our reach in the spirit of unity, or will we repeat the divisions of our past? The cosmos demands that we think not just as individuals or nations, but as a species bound by a shared fate. The challenges of space are formidable. The distance between even the nearest stars is measured in light years, and the void between worlds is harsh and unyielding. But human history has taught us that obstacles are not insurmountable when driven by vision and collaboration. In the early days of exploration, the oceans must have seemed endless, the skies impenetrable. Yet here we stand, descendants of those who dared to cross the unknown. As we prepare for journeys that may one day take us to Mars, Europa, or even the stars beyond, we must also journey inward to confront our fears, nurture our empathy, and cultivate the wisdom to use our knowledge for the benefit of all life. If we are to survive and thrive among the stars, we must bring with us not only our ingenuity, but our capacity for kindness, cooperation, and wonder. Imagine the day when a human first steps onto the crimson sands of Mars, gazes at the pale blue hanging in the Martian sky, and feels the pulse of two worlds in their heartbeat. Imagine the first explorers who will venture into the oceans beneath Europa's icy crust, searching for life in the alien waters of another world. What stories will they tell? What lessons will they bring back? These are not fantasies. They are the natural evolution of a species that has always been driven to seek the horizon. But the horizon of space is not an endpoint. It is an open door. The stars do not exist to be conquered, but to remind us of the infinite possibilities of existence. The real conquest is not over space, but over ignorance and fear. The universe is patient, but our time is fleeting. In the cosmic timeline, humanity's existence is but the blink of an eye. Yet in that brief moment, we have learned to listen to the hum of the cosmos, to decode the language of atoms and light, and to dream of distant worlds. How extraordinary it is that the universe, indifferent yet bountiful, has given rise to beings who not only survive but create art, music, and poetry inspired by the stars. And so, the journey continues, not just across the solar system, but into the depths of who we are. The questions we ask of the universe: where did we come from? Are we alone? What is our destiny? Are questions that also ask us to confront our own nature. The universe is not a place we pass through. It is a story we help shape. One day, when humanity has built cities beneath alien skies, when starships traverse the heavens, and when we map not just our galaxy, but the many that surround it, we will remember this era as the time when we first chose to look up, not with fear, but with determination. We will remember that the greatest journeys often begin with a simple act of wonder. Until that day, the stars remain our companions and our guideposts. They remind us that, despite our struggles and uncertainties, we are part of something grand and enduring. The cosmos will outlast us, but for a brief and beautiful moment, it is ours to explore, to cherish, and to understand. And perhaps, as we reach for the stars, we will discover that the universe's greatest gift is not in the distant worlds we may one day touch, but in the awakening of our collective potential, proof that, even amid the vastness of space, a fragile species born of stardust can rise, wonder, and endure. This is our future, written in the language of galaxies and dreams. And as long as we choose to seek, the story of the cosmos will forever be our story too. But where do we go from here? The cosmos is vast beyond comprehension, yet within its enormity lies an unspoken invitation to explore not just space, but the limits of our courage, our intellect, and our imagination. We find ourselves at a crossroads in cosmic history, a moment when our technological reach has begun to match our ancient ambitions. We have touched the moon, sent machines to the edge of the solar system, and glimpsed galaxies from epochs long past. And yet, the path forward is uncharted, filled with both peril and promise. To step into the next era of exploration, we must first decide what kind of species we aspire to be. Do we seek the stars for conquest or for communion? Do we extend our reach in the spirit of unity, or will we repeat the divisions of our past? The cosmos demands that we think not just as individuals or nations, but as a species bound by a shared fate. The challenges of space are formidable. The distance between even the nearest stars is measured in light years, and the void between worlds is harsh and unyielding. But human history has taught us that obstacles are not insurmountable when driven by vision and collaboration. In the early days of exploration, the oceans must have seemed endless, the skies impenetrable. Yet here we stand, descendants of those who dared to cross the unknown. As we prepare for journeys that may one day take us to Mars, Europa, or even the stars beyond, we must also journey inward to confront our fears, nurture our empathy, and cultivate the wisdom to use our knowledge for the benefit of all life. If we are to survive and thrive among the stars, we must bring with us not only our ingenuity, but our capacity for kindness, cooperation, and wonder. Imagine the day when a human first steps onto the crimson sands of Mars, gazes at the pale blue hanging in the Martian sky, and feels the pulse of two worlds in their heartbeat. Imagine the first explorers who will venture into the oceans beneath Europa's icy crust, searching for life in the alien waters of another world. What stories will they tell? What lessons will they bring back? These are not fantasies. They are the natural evolution of a species that has always been driven to seek the horizon. But the horizon of space is not an endpoint. It is an open door. The stars do not exist to be conquered, but to remind us of the infinite possibilities of existence. The real conquest is not over space, but over ignorance and fear. The universe is patient, but our time is fleeting. In the cosmic timeline, humanity's existence is but the blink of an eye. Yet, in that brief moment, we have learned to listen to the hum of the cosmos, to decode the language of atoms and light, and to dream of distant worlds. How extraordinary it is that the universe, indifferent yet bountiful, has given rise to beings who not only survive but create art, music, and poetry inspired by the stars. And so, the journey continues, not just across the solar system, but into the depths of who we are. The questions we ask of the universe: where did we come from? Are we alone? What is our destiny? Are questions that also ask us to confront our own nature. The universe is not a place we pass through. It is a story we help shape. One day, when humanity has built cities beneath alien skies, when starships traverse the heavens, and when we map not just our galaxy, but the many that surround it, we will remember this era as the time when we first chose to look up, not with fear, but with determination. We will remember that the greatest journeys often begin with a simple act of wonder. Until that day, the stars remain our companions and our guideposts. They remind us that, despite our struggles and uncertainties, we are part of something grand and enduring. The cosmos will outlast us, but for a brief and beautiful moment, it is ours to explore, to cherish, and to understand. And perhaps, as we reach for the stars, we will discover that the universe's greatest gift is not in the distant worlds we may one day touch, but in the awakening of our collective potential, proof that, even amid the vastness of space, a fragile species born of stardust can rise, wonder, and endure. This is our future, written in the language of galaxies and dreams. And as long as we choose to seek, the story of the cosmos will forever be our story too. But the story of our cosmic journey is not just about discovery. It is also about responsibility. The more we learn about the universe, the more we are reminded of the fragile gift that life represents. Across the trillions of stars and uncountable worlds, we have yet to find another place like Earth, a sanctuary where life breathes, evolves, and thrives. In our pursuit of the stars, we must remember that our home, the pale blue, is a rare and precious outlier in a universe often indifferent to survival. To explore is to dream, but to endure is to care. The future we imagine among the stars cannot come at the expense of the world that birthed us. The cosmic horizon may beckon, but it is from Earth that we take our first steps, learn our first lessons, and cultivate the empathy that will guide our journey. As Carl Sagan once wrote, "In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves." Yet this realization is not a burden. It is a call to action. We are the caretakers of our fragile world, stewards of its oceans, forests, and skies. The lessons we learn in our exploration of space, about resilience, cooperation, and resourcefulness, must be brought home to heal the planet that cradles us. But Earth need not be our only home. If the history of life has taught us anything, it is that survival often depends on adaptation and expansion. By reaching for other worlds, we create a safeguard for life itself. Colonies on Mars, research stations on Europa, and distant voyages to exoplanets will not be escapes, but extensions of the human story, a testament to our refusal to accept extinction as inevitable. Still, we must be mindful. The cosmos is not ours to conquer, it is ours to understand. For every new frontier we cross, we must carry with us not only the tools of science, but the ethics of exploration. If we discover life elsewhere, will we have the wisdom to respect it? If we encounter civilizations beyond our own, will we reach out with curiosity and humility rather than fear and dominance? These are not questions for the distant future. They are questions for now. As we prepare to send astronauts beyond the moon, as we build probes to explore the icy oceans of distant moons, and as we listen for whispers from other stars, we must decide who we will be as cosmic explorers. In the end, the universe reminds us that we are part of a vast, interconnected whole. The atoms in our bodies were forged in ancient stars. The water we drink and the air we breathe are the legacies of cosmic processes billions of years in the making. When we stand beneath the night sky and trace the constellations, we are not just observers. We are participants in the grand symphony of existence. And so, we look upward, knowing that the stars we see tonight have witnessed the birth of galaxies and will outlast the rise and fall of worlds. Yet, for this fleeting moment in cosmic history, we have the chance to shape our story, to be the creators of our destiny. The light from the stars is ancient, but the future belongs to us. One day, our descendants may look back on this era, the era when humanity first dreamed of the stars, and they will know that it was a time of courage, wonder, and awakening. They will know that it was here, in this small and fragile place, that life found its voice and dared to sing across the void. For as long as we choose to seek, to question, and to dream, the story of the cosmos will be our story too. A story of stardust made aware, of explorers bound by curiosity, and of a universe that, in its vast silence, became a source of endless wonder. And so, we journey onward, not because we must, but because it is who we are, wandering stardust, poets of the infinite, custodians of the only known miracle in an endless sky. The journey onward is not simply a voyage into space. It is a voyage of the spirit, an affirmation that even in the face of vastness and uncertainty, we choose to create meaning, beauty, and connection. Every question we ask of the stars is ultimately a question about ourselves. Who are we? What do we value? What kind of future will we build? To reach beyond our world is to embrace our role as caretakers, not only of our home, but of knowledge, life, and possibility. With every mission launched into the unknown, we send a message, not only to future generations, but to the cosmos itself, that intelligence and compassion can coexist, that curiosity and care can shape a legacy worthy of the stars. Imagine a future where human outposts thrive on Mars, their domes glowing beneath the thin ochre sky. Imagine researchers beneath the icy surface of Europa, tracing the currents of alien seas in search of life. Imagine a generation born beneath a sky with two suns, or raised on a distant world orbiting another star. What tales will they tell? What new perspectives will they share? These dreams remind us that exploration is not about escaping our origins, but expanding them. To touch the stars is to weave new chapters into the ancient narrative of humanity. And yet, even as we build this interstellar future, we will carry within us the echoes of Earth, the blue of its oceans, the hum of its forests, and the wisdom of those who lived before us. But there will be challenges. The void between worlds is vast and unforgiving. There will be setbacks, heartbreaks, and moments of isolation. Yet, from the earliest seafarers who braved uncharted oceans to the astronauts who stepped into the vacuum of space, our history is a testament to resilience. We have always risen to meet the unknown, driven by something deeper than survival, a need to explore, to discover, and to understand. And there is so much left to understand. The dark energy that accelerates the expansion of the universe. The secrets hidden in the event horizons of black holes. The tantalizing question of whether life, in some form, pulses beneath the alien skies of distant worlds. Every answer we find births new questions, and that is the essence of the human experience. But as we reach for new horizons, we must remember that we are not alone in this journey. We are the heirs of countless generations who wondered at the same sky, who told stories about the stars long before they knew what they were. We are connected not only to those who came before us, but to each other, across cultures, nations, and generations. The cosmos is vast, but it unites us in wonder. In every discovery lies a reminder. We are the universe contemplating itself, particles of stardust that have become aware, capable of dreaming and building and striving. This is our inheritance, not just the physical elements of the stars, but the courage to ask questions and the boldness to seek answers. One day, long after our first steps on Mars, after our first signal received from an alien civilization, and after humanity's first journey to another star, someone will look back on this era, the beginning of our cosmic story. And they will know that it began here, with a fragile species that chose not to remain earthbound, but to reach for something greater. And so, we continue. The cosmic ocean stretches out before us, vast and full of possibility. But within us burns a light as old as the universe itself, the light of curiosity, hope, and wonder. As long as that light endures, so too will our journey. We are not wanderers lost in the dark. We are explorers, poets, and dreamers of the infinite. For in every breath we take, every heartbeat, every look toward the stars, we carry within us the greatest truth of all. We are a part of this cosmos, and it is a part of us. And in that truth, we find not only our past, but our future, a future as boundless as the universe itself. The future as boundless as the universe itself is not something that will simply arrive. It is something we must create step by step, star by star. We stand on the precipice of the unknown, with the tools of science in our hands and the spark of imagination in our hearts. But the next steps we take will define not only our journey into the cosmos, but the legacy we leave behind. Will we be builders of worlds or architects of ruin? Will we bring the best of humanity, our ingenuity, empathy, and resilience, to the stars, or will we carry with us the divisions and short-sightedness that threaten the fragile balance of our home? These questions are not distant. They are urgent. For as vast as the universe is, it reminds us that there are no shortcuts to wisdom, no easy answers to the challenges we face. Yet, there is reason to hope. For every challenge, there is also the potential for collaboration and triumph. The same species that once huddled around fire beneath the stars now launches telescopes into the heavens to decode their secrets. The same species that once feared the horizon now dreams of crossing the great interstellar divide. History has shown us that humanity, though flawed, is capable of greatness when united by a shared vision. We can already glimpse this future in the international partnerships that drive our scientific missions, in the probes that sail to distant planets, and in the rover tracks etched across Martian soil. These small victories remind us that the cosmos is not beyond our reach. It is the next chapter in our story. But perhaps the most profound truth is this: as we look outward, we must also look inward. The universe is filled with extremes, supernovae that outshine entire galaxies, black holes that distort the very fabric of space and time. But the miracle of life is its delicate balance. A fragile planet just the right distance from its sun, an atmosphere that holds the perfect combination of gases, water flowing and abundant. These conditions are not merely facts. They are reminders that life is precious, fragile, and rare. To journey into space is to carry that understanding with us. If we terraform new worlds, will we honor them as we should? If we encounter other forms of life, no matter how simple or strange, will we respect their right to exist as we demand respect for our own? The cosmos asks not only for our intellect, but for our humility. One day, when we send a ship beyond our solar system, beyond the orbits of known worlds and into the true void, it will carry more than instruments and data. It will carry the essence of what it means to be human: music, art, laughter, and grief. The longings of a species that, for all its fragility, refused to let the darkness define its fate. And when we reach those distant worlds, when our descendants walk beneath alien skies and build homes beneath unfamiliar stars, they will know that they came from a world that once seemed vast, but in time became the first chapter of something far greater. We are, at our core, storytellers, and the story of the cosmos is the greatest tale ever told. It is written in stardust, sung by galaxies, and whispered by the light that has traveled for eons. But it is also a story unfinished. We hold the pen. We choose the ending. Will we write a tale of resilience, exploration, and unity? Will we cross the cosmic ocean not just as conquerors, but as caretakers of wonder? If we can imagine that future, then it is already within our grasp. For the cosmos itself has taught us that from chaos, beauty can emerge. From darkness, light can be born. And from the smallest flicker of consciousness, a universe of meaning can unfold. This is not the end of our journey. It is the beginning. The stars above remain patient, watching, waiting. And when the first ship sails to distant suns, when the first message is received from across the stars, it will be a testament to the simple yet profound truth that defines us. We are stardust with dreams, wanderers with a purpose. The future is calling. The universe is listening. And as long as we dare to answer, the story of humanity will stretch across the stars, boundless, beautiful, and eternal. And so, the story continues, not in silence, but in the collective heartbeat of humanity. We are a species defined not by our limitations, but by our refusal to be confined by them. For every challenge we have faced, there has always been someone who looked beyond the horizon and asked, "What's next?" The stars have always been there, fixed in their quiet brilliance. But now, more than ever, they feel like destinations, distant but reachable, strange but familiar. They remind us that the cosmos is not something separate from us. It is our birthplace. We are not visitors to the universe. We are woven from its very essence. The iron in our blood, the calcium in our bones, the carbon in our cells, all were forged in ancient stellar furnaces. To journey outward is to embark on a pilgrimage to our cosmic origins. But the path forward requires more than dreams. It requires courage, cooperation, and a deep respect for the unknown. The universe is vast and unpredictable. There will be times when we fail, when missions falter, and when the vastness feels overwhelming. Yet, humanity's greatest strength is our ability to learn from failure, to rebuild after setbacks, and to continue even when the road ahead seems endless. It is not just the monumental successes, the moon landing, the Mars rovers, the discovery of distant exoplanets that define our journey. It is the quiet, patient work of thousands of scientists, engineers, artists, and dreamers who dare to believe that understanding the universe is worth every hardship. They are the torchbearers of curiosity, guiding humanity through the darkness, fueled by a belief that the unknown is not something to fear, but to embrace. And in this era of exploration, we stand at the precipice of something extraordinary. We are on the verge of sending humans to Mars, of probing the icy oceans of Europa for signs of life, of building telescopes that will see further than ever before, perhaps to the very edge of time itself. These are not just technological achievements. They are affirmations of our deepest human impulses, to seek connection, to understand, and to be part of something greater. But as we step further into the cosmos, we must ask ourselves what legacy we wish to leave. Will we be remembered as a species that only reached outward, or as one that looked inward as well? As we explore distant worlds, we must ensure that we also care for our own, the forests, rivers, and skies of Earth, the only home we have ever known. For to lose our world in the pursuit of others would be the greatest tragedy of all. Yet, the beauty of the cosmos is that it reminds us of balance. Just as stars are born and die in cycles of creation and destruction, so too must we learn the art of balance, between ambition and humility, between exploration and preservation. The stars will not be ours to conquer. They will be our partners in a grand dialogue of discovery. And one day, perhaps sooner than we imagine, humanity will take its first steps into interstellar space. The first ship to leave the solar system with a human crew will be more than a vessel. It will be a message to the universe that life, in all its fragility and wonder, dared to rise and reach for the infinite. There may come a time when we stand at the edge of an alien sunrise, watching the light of another star bathe an unfamiliar horizon. In that moment, the echoes of every journey, every dream, and every question that led us there will resound in our hearts. We will remember the earth beneath our feet, the sky that once seemed limitless, and the distant hum of life that reminded us of where we began. And even then, as we build cities beneath strange constellations and carve new histories into the sands of distant worlds, the night sky will still feel like home. For we will know that the story of the cosmos and the story of humanity were never separate. They have always been one and the same. The stars wait patiently, as they always have. But now, they are waiting not just for our wonder, but for our arrival. And we will answer. For as long as there are mysteries to unravel, worlds to explore, and dreams to be pursued, humanity's story will never end. It will expand, like the universe itself, into something boundless, beautiful, and eternal. This is who we are. This is what we were born to do. And in the quiet light of the stars, we will find not only our future, but the deepest truth of all, that we were never truly alone. The cosmos was always a part of us, and we, in our small but brilliant way, have always been a part of it. As we move forward into the cosmic unknown, we carry with us a profound realization. That exploration is not only about finding distant worlds, but about rediscovering our shared humanity. The stars may scatter across the heavens, separated by unthinkable distances, but they remind us of a truth that transcends time and space. We are bound together by the same fundamental questions, by the same desire to understand and to belong. With each new discovery, we rewrite the story of what is possible. From the first image of a black hole shadow to the whispers of gravitational waves rippling across space-time, the cosmos has shown us wonders that would have once seemed like science fiction. And yet, these revelations are not endpoints. They are gateways. Behind every answer lies another mystery, calling to us from the dark. In this cosmic symphony, we are not passive observers. We are participants, co-authors of a narrative billions of years in the making. Our scientific instruments may extend our senses, but it is our imagination, our resolve, and our sense of wonder that guide us. For all the equations we write and the distances we measure, it is our stories that give the cosmos meaning. And what stories we will tell. Stories of the first explorers to brave the long voyage to Mars. Stories of the machines that roamed the icy surface of Europa in search of alien oceans. Stories of distant exoplanets where telescopes once glimpsed the telltale chemical signatures of life. These moments will not only redefine science, they will reshape what it means to be human. But exploration also demands humility. The cosmos is vast, ancient, and resilient, yet it is also fragile in its beauty. As we gaze at the majestic spiral of the Andromeda Galaxy or the soft glow of distant nebulae, we must remember that our own world, blue, alive, and delicate, is unique. Every step outward must remind us of the responsibility we bear for the home that birthed us. We must also prepare for answers that challenge us. What if we find life, but it is unlike anything we expected? What if we learn that we are alone in this vast cosmic arena? In either case, the universe will not be diminished. It will be enriched by our courage to seek the truth, no matter what it reveals. And so, we will continue to send out our signals, fragile as they may be. We will launch our golden records and our probes, our spacecraft and dreams, into the infinite night, hoping that somewhere, someone or something will listen. But perhaps the greatest significance of these efforts is not what we send, but what they say about us. That in a universe filled with silence, we chose to speak, to reach, and to connect. The cosmos has given us much beauty, wonder, and a humbling sense of scale. But it has also given us something more, the realization that life itself is a rare and precious anomaly, a spark against the backdrop of eternity. In every supernova that blazes and every galaxy that drifts in the void, we find a reminder of our improbable existence and a call to cherish it. There will be moments when the journey feels overwhelming, when the vastness of space seems too immense and the questions too difficult. But in those moments, we need only look up. The stars have been with us since the beginning, quiet sentinels of our history, our dreams, and our destiny. They remind us that wonder is not a weakness. It is a source of strength. For as long as we choose to dream, humanity will not only endure, it will flourish. We will become not just explorers of distant worlds, but caretakers of an ever-expanding future. We will build bridges between what was once thought impossible and what will one day be reality. The cosmos has waited patiently for us, and now, at last, we are ready. Ready not just to reach for the stars, but to understand them, to listen to their ancient stories, and to add our own verse to the grand narrative of existence. And so, under the same sky that inspired our ancestors to wonder, we take our next steps, small, yet extraordinary. And with each step, we affirm that we are not merely stardust adrift in the dark. We are the bearers of light, seekers of truth, and dreamers of the infinite. This is our legacy, our journey, and our greatest story. And though it began on a small blue planet, it will echo across the cosmos forever. And so, we stand at the edge of the cosmic ocean, waves of time and space stretching endlessly before us. Each ripple in the starlit sea tells a story, a burst of creation, a collision of galaxies, a quiet death of a distant sun. But amid the vastness, we, fragile beings of bone and breath, have dared to sail into the unknown. As we look ahead, the questions that have followed humanity since its earliest days still linger. Where did we come from? Why are we here? Where are we going? The stars hold no simple answers, but they invite us to seek meaning in the act of exploration itself. Perhaps the journey is the answer, a reminder that life, by its very nature, reaches outward, strives for connection, and transforms the unknown into the familiar. And when the day comes that humanity becomes a multi-planet species, when our descendants stand beneath alien skies and watch the light of unfamiliar constellations, they will feel a connection that spans time and space. They will remember that the first step into the void was taken with trembling hands and unshakable hope. They will know that their home, though far behind them, still shines as the place where the dream began. But with exploration comes responsibility. The footprints we leave on distant worlds must be placed with care, for with the power to expand our presence across the universe comes the duty to preserve its wonder. Every new horizon we cross is a reminder that we are not conquerors. We are guests in a cosmos vast and ancient beyond comprehension. As Carl Sagan once said, "If a human disagrees with you, let him live. In 100 billion galaxies, you will not find another." This truth extends beyond ourselves. It calls for reverence for all life, whether born in terrestrial oceans or alien skies. It asks us to approach the unknown with humility, for every discovery carries with it the possibility of profound beauty and profound responsibility. The challenges ahead will be immense. Colonizing distant worlds, solving the enigma of faster-than-light travel, and creating sustainable habitats on barren planets are not just technical feats. They are tests of our collective resilience, ingenuity, and unity. But each challenge conquered will be a testament to what we can achieve when we dream not as individuals, but as one species, united by wonder. The story of the cosmos is not static. It is alive with motion, transformation, and renewal. Stars burn out and are reborn in stellar nurseries. Entire galaxies collide, blending their light in cosmic symphonies. And amid this grand orchestra of creation and destruction, humanity's journey is but a single note, but one that resonates, rich and meaningful. Perhaps one day, long after our time has passed, another civilization, alien or human, will find traces of us, a message encoded in Voyager's golden record, a distant artifact drifting between stars, or even the silent hum of a story we sent across the vastness of space. And perhaps they will wonder who we were. And in that moment, they will know that we were a species defined not by fear, but by wonder, not by isolation, but by a boundless desire to understand and connect. Even now, as we peer deeper into the unknown, we remain surrounded by mystery. The nature of dark matter, the riddle of dark energy, the origin of consciousness itself, these remain unanswered. But unanswered questions are not voids to fear. They are invitations. They remind us that the universe is a living question, infinite in its complexity, yet boundless in its potential for discovery. And as we press onward, we are not merely following in the footsteps of our ancestors. We are honoring them. For every fire lit beneath ancient skies, for every whispered myth about the stars, for every leap of faith taken into the unknown, we carry their dreams with us. We are the continuation of a story that began long before us and will echo long after. The cosmos does not belong to us, but we belong to it. And in that belonging, we find our greatest strength and our greatest purpose. For as long as we seek the stars, for as long as we choose to wonder, we ensure that our journey will never truly end. The stars are waiting, and so we rise, not as conquerors of worlds, but as explorers of meaning, pilgrims of the infinite, carrying the light of discovery into the vast, eternal night. This is who we are. This is what we were always meant to be. The universe is listening, and now we speak, not in whispers, but with a boldness born of hope, curiosity, and the unshakable belief that we, children of stardust, are destined to create, to learn, and to leave behind a legacy as enduring as the stars themselves. And so, our legacy unfolds, written not just in technological achievement, but in the quiet reverence with which we approach the cosmos. For every planet we touch, every distant star we study, there is an unspoken promise to honor the awe that the vastness of space instills within us. We are not just voyagers of space. We are also caretakers of wonder. The future that awaits us will challenge everything we know. We will confront alien landscapes where gravity bends our understanding, where the chemistry of life may rewrite the rules we thought immutable. We may find worlds where methane rivers flow beneath alien skies, or where the distant hum of life resonates in frequencies we cannot yet comprehend. With every discovery, the boundaries of what it means to be alive and conscious will expand. But beyond the distant planets and the quest for extraterrestrial life, there is a deeper truth. Our exploration is also about survival, not merely physical, but spiritual. The more we learn about the fragility of life, the more we are reminded that Earth is not just our home. It is the cradle of our history, our culture, and our identity. The stars call us outward, but Earth grounds us, reminding us that life itself is the rarest treasure. The first human colony on Mars will not be remembered only as a feat of engineering, but as a leap of faith in humanity's capacity to work together for something greater. The first ship to leave the solar system, bound for another star, will carry not just technology, but the hope of generations. A hope that the unknown is not an abyss, but a bridge to something extraordinary. And if one day we find another civilization, a distant other, who also looked to the heavens and dared to dream, we will face a moment that will redefine everything. Will we meet them as ambassadors of peace and wonder, or will we bring the mistakes of our past to the stars? The answer to that question will not be found in future events. It will be shaped by who we choose to be today. But even if the universe remains silent, if we find no other life among the stars, our story will still be profound. For in the quiet void, humanity will have created meaning where none was given. We will have transformed the dark into something luminous, simply by daring to explore, to connect, and to understand. Perhaps this is the universe's greatest gift, not answers, but the chance to ask. To be part of a cosmic conversation where every question we pose is a reminder that we are not insignificant, but essential. The very act of wondering binds us to the stars, for they, too, are makers of questions. How did they ignite? How will they fade? What new worlds will they create when they die? And so, we continue, not because the answers are certain, but because the pursuit of truth is its own reward. In every galaxy we map, in every distant signal we capture, we reaffirm that life, however brief, can transcend its limitations through understanding and wonder. As we stand beneath the vast sky, filled with light that has traveled across eons to reach us, we understand that we are witnessing not just the past of distant stars, but the unfolding of our own future. And that future is bright, not because it is without challenge, but because we have chosen to face the unknown with courage, humility, and the unshakable belief that the greatest discoveries lie ahead. The cosmos has given us its mysteries, its beauty, and its silence. In return, we give it our questions, our stories, and our unrelenting desire to know. And in doing so, we become not just observers of the universe, but part of its grand, ongoing creation. The stars have waited long enough. Now, it is our turn to rise, to answer their call, not with conquest, but with wonder, not with fear, but with hope. And as we journey onward, we carry within us a truth older than time, that though we may be small, though we may be fleeting, we are part of something vast, magnificent, and eternal. This is our legacy, to be wanderers who never stop seeking, poets of the infinite who find meaning in the silence between the stars, and dreamers who understand that to reach for the cosmos is, at its heart, to reach for the best within ourselves. The journey is endless, and that is what makes it beautiful. The beauty of an endless journey is that it is not defined by a final destination, but by the moments of discovery along the way. The moments where the universe reveals itself, piece by piece, like a cosmic tapestry being unraveled thread by thread. Imagine the distant future, where humanity no longer looks at the stars from a single vantage point, but from many worlds scattered across the galaxy. Cities glimmer beneath the frozen skies of Titan. Martian settlements thrive under translucent domes, and orbiting habitats spin slowly above the swirling clouds of Jupiter. Imagine descendants of Earth, generations removed, who gaze upon alien constellations and feel both awe and a quiet homesickness for the blue marble that gave them their beginning. These moments will remind them that every step we took, every launch, every calculation, every risk was a thread in the larger story of who we are. We are not wanderers without a path. We are makers of meaning, carriers of dreams, and builders of legacies. And though the journey may take us farther than any horizon we've ever known, it will also bring us closer to understanding the profound truth that binds us all, the longing to belong to something greater than ourselves. But no journey is without sacrifice. To leave behind the familiar for the unknown is a bold act of hope and vulnerability. There will be failures. There will be heartbreak. Space will test not only our intellect but our resilience, forcing us to confront the harsh realities of survival in an indifferent cosmos. Yet, from those moments of hardship will come lessons that redefine what it means to persevere. When explorers first set foot on distant worlds, they will do so carrying the collective spirit of humanity. The footprints they leave in alien soil will be symbols of every triumph and every loss that shaped our species. They will not walk alone, for behind them will stand the stories of ancestors who once wondered at the stars from fireside camps, the whispers of dreamers who looked skyward with wonder, and the shared breath of all who dared to believe that the impossible was possible. And there will be wonders beyond imagining, nebulae that glow with hues no artist has yet conceived, worlds with twin oceans, one of water, the other of liquid crystals shimmering under strange suns. We may stand on the shores of those worlds and listen for the songs of alien winds, knowing that we have become part of the very fabric of the universe we once thought distant and untouchable. But as we journey onward, we will also be called to remember where we began. For even as humanity extends its reach, it must never forget that Earth was our cradle. This small, fragile world, with its verdant forests, its oceans teeming with life, its fleeting sunsets and endless dawns. This is the place where stardust learned to dream. And as long as Earth remains, it will be more than a planet. It will be a beacon, a reminder that our story is not only written in the stars, but also in the rivers, the mountains, and the quiet hum of life. It will remind us that exploration does not mean leaving behind what matters, but carrying it with us. The stars will always call, but it is up to us to decide how we answer. Will we be guardians as much as explorers? Will we ensure that the future we build is one where knowledge and compassion walk hand in hand? The answers to these questions will shape not only the fate of humanity, but the fate of the cosmos itself, for as long as we remain its storytellers. One day, when we look back on this time, from distant worlds or orbiting stations, we will remember it as the era when humanity stood on the threshold of greatness. The era when we chose not to look away from the unknown, but to step boldly into its embrace, knowing that the path forward would be long, uncertain, and beautiful. And in that moment of reflection, we will know that the journey was worth it. Not because we reached the stars, but because we dared to dream them into reach. The stars are patient, but they are not silent. Their light carries the memory of creation itself, a reminder that from the first explosion of being to the quiet hum of our hearts, the universe has always been a story in motion. And now, it is our turn to write the next chapter, with courage, with wonder, with the belief that, even in the vast and ancient silence of the cosmos, our voice, small as it may be, matters. This is who we are, explorers of the infinite. We will rise, we will fall, and we will rise again, guided by the stars above, the world we call home, and the infinite possibilities that await us among the galaxies. The cosmos is calling, and this time we will answer together. And so we answer, not with hesitation, but with the collective will to seek, to understand, and to transcend. Every journey into the cosmos is a declaration that we refuse to be bound by fear or by limits. It is a promise that no matter how vast the darkness, we will find light, if not in the stars themselves, then in the courage that drives us forward. The cosmos, in its silent grandeur, asks us to reflect on what it means to exist in a universe where time flows like a river and where space itself curves and bends. The fabric of reality holds mysteries we are only beginning to grasp. Wormholes that could bridge distant points in space, quantum entanglements that defy common sense, and cosmic voids that stretch like deserts between oases of galaxies. Yet, amid these staggering phenomena, there is a quiet truth. We, born of stardust and shaped by evolution, are not just spectators. We are creators, thinkers, and storytellers. To stand at the precipice of cosmic discovery is to realize that the universe is not indifferent because it lacks meaning, but because meaning is ours to give. The galaxies that drift serenely in the night sky have no purpose until we look up and wonder. The distant echoes of cosmic microwave radiation are not just remnants of the Big Bang. They are the opening verses of our shared story. One day, as humanity stretches across the stars, those first settlers on distant worlds will look at their new skies and find new myths in the constellations above. They will tell stories of their ancestors who first ventured into the void and wonder at the courage it took to leave everything behind for the chance to build something new. And in those stories, Earth will live on, not just as a memory, but as the heart of our cosmic identity. But the beauty of this journey lies not only in our dreams of tomorrow. It lies in the present, the quiet moments of discovery, the triumphs of teamwork, the awe of seeing the first images of distant worlds revealed by our instruments. It lies in the unity forged when nations and cultures come together in the name of exploration, proving that the cosmos belongs to no single people, but to all of us. There will come a time when the stars will bear witness to humanity's greatest achievement, not a conquest, but a conversation. For if we ever find life, intelligent or simple, it will not be our technology that defines the encounter, but our empathy. The true measure of a civilization is not its ability to reach the stars, but its wisdom in meeting what it finds there. Yet even if the universe remains silent, if we remain alone in this great cosmic expanse, the journey will still be profound, for we will have become something extraordinary. Not because we solved every mystery, but because we embraced the unknown with open minds and open hearts. The future stretches before us like a cosmic canvas, unpainted but filled with potential. Our spacecraft will sail to distant moons. Our observatories will glimpse the birth of new stars, and our poets and philosophers will ponder the meaning of it all. This is not the end of our story. It is only the beginning. The stars have always called to us, not with answers, but with questions. What lies beyond the limits of our reach? How far can we go? And perhaps most importantly, who will we become along the way? In answering those questions, we will discover the truth that has always been written in the fabric of the universe itself, that life, fragile as it is, can rise to greatness. That curiosity can illuminate even the darkest void. That a species born from dust can dream of the infinite, and, in its dreams, find its destiny. The stars await, and as we rise to meet them, we carry with us not just science and ambition, but the story of who we are, wanderers of the cosmos, dreamers of the impossible, and above all, stewards of hope. The journey continues, and so do we, together, forever reaching toward the light. And so, we continue, not because the path is clear, but because the journey itself is our purpose. With each new step, we reaffirm that the desire to explore is written into the very essence of what it means to be human. We are not content to merely exist. We strive to understand, to create, and to connect. This restless curiosity is both our burden and our gift, for it propels us forward into realms where the answers are unknown, but the potential for discovery is infinite. The stars remind us that the universe is ancient and vast, but they also remind us that it is unfinished. Every supernova is both an end and a beginning. Every collapsing star seeds the cosmos with the building blocks for new worlds. Creation and destruction are intertwined, and we are privileged to witness these cosmic cycles. In many ways, our exploration of the universe mirrors these cycles. We learn, we fail, and from that failure, we rise again, stronger and more determined. In this unfolding journey, we have become cosmic artists, shaping technology to see deeper into space, to send messages into the void, and to dream of future worlds. But for all our instruments and equations, there remains something irreducibly human about our quest. Science may tell us how the universe works, but it is wonder that compels us to ask why. Imagine the first explorers who will stand on a world with no name, a planet orbiting a distant sun, its surface strange yet beautiful. They will look up at alien constellations and know that they are part of something much larger than themselves. And as they take their first steps, they will carry with them the history of all who came before, those who dreamed of flight, those who mapped the stars, and those who dared to ask what lies beyond the horizon. Yet, even as we reach for new worlds, we must remember that space exploration is not just a scientific endeavor, it is a moral one. The choices we make as we venture outward will define not only our future, but the legacy we leave for generations yet unborn. Will we tread lightly, respecting the cosmic realms we encounter, or will we repeat the mistakes of our past, imposing ourselves without understanding? The greatest gift the cosmos has given us is perspective. To look upon the Earth from space is to see a world without borders, a fragile blue sphere suspended in darkness. It is a reminder that our differences are small compared to the vastness that surrounds us. And if the stars teach us anything, it is that unity, compassion, and curiosity are not luxuries. They are the forces that will guide us safely through the unknown. There will come a time when we become a spacefaring civilization, when the distances that once seemed insurmountable become mere stepping stones. We will send ships not just to Mars or Europa, but to distant star systems, carrying not only our science, but our stories, our art, and our hopes. And in doing so, we will prove that humanity's greatest strength is not its power, but its imagination, the ability to envision a future where life flourishes in places once thought unreachable. Yet, for all our cosmic ambitions, we must never forget the sacredness of Earth. This world, our birthplace, is irreplaceable. The beauty of exploration is not found in escape, but in appreciation. Every new world we discover will remind us of the singular miracle of our own. A planet where rain falls, where oceans swell, and where life breathes in unison beneath a golden sun. And so, as we journey ever further into the cosmic sea, we are bound by a promise to honor the stars, not as trophies, but as teachers, to treat the unknown not as a conquest, but as a conversation, and to see every step forward as a celebration of life itself. The universe is vast, yes, but it is also connected. The atoms that make up our bodies were forged in ancient supernovae. The light we see from distant galaxies began its journey long before we were born. In this cosmic dance of time and space, we are both observers and participants. And though our time in the universe may be brief, it is meaningful because we chose to seek, to learn, and to wonder. When the first human footprints are left on a distant planet, they will be more than marks in the dust. They will be symbols of everything humanity has ever been and everything it can become. They will be proof that, against all odds, a fragile species from a small blue world looked up at the infinite and said, "We belong." The stars will bear witness to our journey, not as silent spectators, but as companions in the grand unfolding of existence. And as long as we continue to seek the light, as long as we choose curiosity over complacency, our story will echo across the cosmos. This is not the end. This is the beginning of worlds yet unseen, of wonders yet discovered, of a future limited only by the scope of our dreams. The cosmos calls, and this time, we do not journey alone. We carry with us the dreams of generations, the courage of explorers, and the quiet, unbreakable truth that though we may be stardust, we have learned to shine. And so we shine, not as solitary beacons, but as a constellation of dreams, bound together by the shared wonder of existence. Our journey into the cosmos is not the story of a few. It is the story of all of us. It is the story of every child who has ever looked up at the night sky and felt small, yet infinite. It is the story of every person who dared to believe that knowledge is worth the struggle, that understanding is worth the risk, and that wonder is worth the wait. The universe has taught us that beginnings and endings are illusions, that every ending is the threshold of something new. Stars are born from the ashes of their predecessors, and from the quiet death of one world, another may bloom. In this eternal cycle of creation and renewal, we find our place, not as mere observers, but as active participants. But what does it mean to participate in the story of the cosmos? It means that we are responsible for the worlds we touch, for the futures we create. It means that exploration is not a right, but a privilege, one that must be earned through humility, stewardship, and respect. For every step we take across alien soil, we must ask ourselves, are we seeking to understand or to possess? Are we driven by curiosity or by conquest? One day, our descendants will look back on this era and ask who we were. What will they see? A species that quarreled over borders, or one that united in pursuit of something greater? A people who squandered their home, or caretakers who fought to preserve its beauty while daring to reach beyond it? The answer lies not in the distant future, but in the choices we make now. And the choices are many. To explore space is not simply to build rockets and observatories. It is to build bridges between cultures, to foster a sense of shared purpose that transcends nation and creed. When we collaborate on missions to other worlds, we prove that science can be a language of peace, that curiosity can be a force for unity. In the vacuum of space, there are no boundaries but those we create ourselves. And if we are wise, we will see that those boundaries are illusions. Even in our quietest moments, the cosmos surrounds us. The light of ancient stars touches our skin, and the atoms within us resonate with the echoes of cosmic birth. We are, in every sense, a part of this unfolding universe. And as much as we seek to understand the stars, perhaps the stars, in their silent way, have always understood us. They remind us that life itself is an act of defiance against entropy, a spark of meaning in a universe of infinite possibility. The future we imagine is one filled with more questions than answers, and that is its beauty. We will not know everything, nor should we, for wonder lives in the unknown, in the mystery of what might be. And as long as there are new questions to ask, new worlds to explore, and new dreams to pursue, we will never run out of reasons to continue. One day, the names of our first explorers, those who dared to venture into the abyss, will be whispered beneath alien skies. Their courage will echo in the hearts of those who follow, a reminder that every great journey begins with a single, hopeful step. We may be small, our time here fleeting, but in our smallness there is grace. In our transience there is meaning, for we are the result of an unbroken chain of events stretching back to the birth of the cosmos, a living legacy of the universe's capacity to create something that can look back at itself in wonder. And so, we will rise. We will carry with us the dreams of all who dared to imagine the impossible. We will write our story among the stars, not as conquerors, but as stewards of knowledge and seekers of truth. We will teach future generations that to dream of the cosmos is not to escape reality, but to embrace it, to see the interconnectedness of all things and understand that we belong to a universe vast and beautiful beyond measure. When the first human steps foot on a distant world, it will not be the end of our journey. It will be a continuation of a story billions of years in the making. And as they look back at the pale blue hanging in the sky, they will know that they are part of something extraordinary. The stars have waited for us, patient and unwavering. Now, it is our turn to meet them, not with fear, but with awe, not with conquest, but with reverence. And as we cross the threshold of the infinite, we will remember that though we are made of stardust, we have learned to dream, to seek, and to create. This is who we are. This is what we were meant to be. And as long as we choose to continue, the story of the cosmos will forever be our story, a testament to the audacity of life, the resilience of hope, and the eternal light of wonder that guides us home. And so, the story stretches on, a cosmic thread that winds through the fabric of time and space, binding together the past, the present, and the future. With each new page we write, we leave behind echoes of our existence, proof that we lived, we dreamed, and we reached beyond the limitations of our time. One day, perhaps millions of years from now, a traveler, human or otherwise, may stumble upon the silent remains of a long-forgotten spacecraft drifting between the stars. They may find traces of us encoded in golden records, etched in data streams, or written in the dust of a distant world. And in those remnants, they will find a story, not of perfect beings, but of beings who were flawed yet fearless, fragile yet determined. They will see that we were creatures of contradiction, capable of immense destruction, yet also of breathtaking creation. That even though we stumbled in our journey, we never ceased to get back up. They will see that, above all, we were a species that dared to dream against the odds. But the future we build among the stars will not come from technology alone. It will come from the questions that drive us, the values that anchor us, and the wonder that propels us. What will shape us is not the discovery of new worlds, but the way those discoveries change us, the way they deepen our appreciation for the delicate miracle of life and the unity we share with the cosmos itself. When we speak of becoming a space-faring civilization, we are not merely speaking of ships and colonies. We are speaking of a new era of humanity, an era where the boundaries of imagination dissolve, where we learn that to touch the stars is to embrace our deepest potential. It will be a time when the night sky is no longer a distant mystery, but a place filled with familiar worlds and stories. Yet, even in the far future, when starships carry us across interstellar distances, we will never forget the view from Earth, the first view that taught us the meaning of wonder. We will remember the constellations that guided our ancestors, the blue sky beneath which we were born, and the fragile ecosystems that sustained us. And though our descendants may live beneath different suns, they will carry with them the quiet knowledge that Earth was and always will be home. Perhaps in the distant eons to come, humanity will build cities on planets orbiting stars we have yet to name. Perhaps we will weave constellations of stories about alien sunsets and distant oceans. And perhaps we will one day hear another voice in the void, proof that we were never truly alone. When that day comes, it will be a reminder that the universe was never empty, but waiting for life to fill its silence with meaning. But even if we are the only conscious beings among the stars, our journey will still matter. For in the absence of other voices, we will have become the storytellers of the cosmos, the keepers of its beauty, its mysteries, and its endless potential. The path forward will not be easy. There will be moments of uncertainty, loss, and failure. But there will also be moments of discovery that redefine what we believe is possible. There will be sunsets on new worlds, the first sound of rain on an alien surface, and the whispers of distant moons caught in radio waves. And in each of these moments, we will be reminded that we are part of a grand and unbroken story. For all its vastness, the cosmos has always invited us to dream. It has never imposed limitations, only possibilities. And as long as we choose to seek, to wonder, and to continue, we will honor that invitation. The stars will remain long after we are gone. But the legacy of our journey will outlast even the stars themselves, carried forward by the stories we leave behind. Stories of a species that, despite its fears and flaws, dared to reach for something greater. In the end, our legacy will not be written in monuments or technology, but in the courage to ask, what lies beyond? And in the quiet, infinite expanse of the universe, that question will echo forever, a testament to the fact that we were here, that we sought the truth, and that in the brief and precious window of our existence, we chose not just to live, but to dream. This is the gift we give to the cosmos, And it is the gift we give to ourselves, a reminder that though we may be small, we are part of something infinite. That though our lives are brief, our dreams are timeless. And that as long as we continue to seek the stars, we will never be lost. The journey continues, and so do we, wandering, wondering, and weaving our light into the vast and beautiful darkness of the unknown. Indeed so, the light we weave into the cosmos becomes part of something greater, a symphony of moments, choices, and dreams that stretch beyond the confines of time. The path ahead may be uncertain, but it is illuminated by the fire of our curiosity, our resilience, and our capacity for wonder. As we venture further into the unknown, the universe will test us. We will encounter challenges that seem insurmountable, distances that seem infinite, and questions that may never be answered in our lifetimes. But it is precisely in these moments of uncertainty that our humanity will shine brightest. For we have always been a species that thrives not despite the unknown, but because of it. There will come a day when a lone spacecraft, built by the hands of dreamers, crosses the invisible threshold between what is known and what lies beyond. Perhaps it will glide silently past distant stars, its course set for realms yet unimagined. And as it drifts further from the cradle of Earth, it will carry with it not just metal and circuitry, but a message. We were here. We dared to explore. We chose to dream. On that day, the memory of humanity's first stargazers, the ones who traced patterns in the night sky, believing them to be stories of gods and heroes, will be honored in a new way. For we will have become the stars of our own story, not in myth, but in reality. But the truth of exploration is that it is not just an outward journey, it is an inward one. The farther we travel from home, the more we will be reminded of what makes us human. It will not be the alien landscapes or the silence of space that define us. It will be the relationships we forge, the empathy we show, and the sense of belonging we carry with us, even on worlds that have never known our presence. We will look back across the void and see Earth, not as a distant speck, but as a reminder of how extraordinary it is to be alive. And when we return, not in retreat, but in celebration, we will share stories of our journey, and those stories will bind us together in ways that no distance could sever. The journey to the stars will not only change our understanding of the universe, it will change our understanding of ourselves. We will learn that survival is not enough. To endure, we must create meaning. We must choose to live with purpose, compassion, and a reverence for the fragile beauty of life itself. And as we grow into a multi-planet species, we must remember that the future is not just something that happens to us. It is something we create one decision at a time. We will face ethical dilemmas we cannot yet fathom. What rights do new worlds have? How do we preserve the sacredness of places untouched by life? What is our responsibility to the life we may find, or to the life we may create? These questions will define the next chapter of our story, and they will demand wisdom as much as ambition. But they will also remind us of what makes the human journey so extraordinary, that we are capable of holding both awe and responsibility in the same breath. And perhaps, in some distant epoch, long after the first explorers set foot on new worlds, there will come a time when someone, standing beneath the sky of a planet far from Earth, will whisper a truth we have always known but seldom spoken aloud. We belong not to any single world, but to the cosmos itself. That whisper will carry forward everything we have ever been and everything we hope to be. It will be a quiet affirmation that, though we began in the dust of a single planet, we were destined to rise beyond it, not as conquerors of space, but as caretakers of wonder. For the universe is not a void to be filled. It is a masterpiece waiting to be understood. And in that understanding, we will find not only answers, but a reflection of our deepest hopes, fears, and dreams. The cosmos is vast, but it is not cold. It holds the light of every star, the birth of every world, and the story of every life that ever dared to be. And now, it holds us, the stardust that learned to dream, and the wanderers who chose to seek their place among the infinite. The journey will continue, as it always has. But we will walk it not as strangers in the dark, but as storytellers carrying the light of a fragile but brilliant world, a world that dared to reach, to wonder, and to believe. This is not the end. It is only the beginning of all that we are yet to become. And as we lift our gaze once more to the stars, we understand that the universe was never beyond us. It was always within us. We were born from it, shaped by it, and in the end, we will write our story within its eternal expanse. The stars are calling, and this time, as one people, united by wonder, we will answer, not with hesitation, but with the quiet, unwavering truth that we belong. And in that belonging, we will find our purpose, our legacy, and our home, scattered not in one place, but across the infinite. And so, we take that first step into the vast unknown, not out of necessity, but because we choose to. The cosmos has called to us for millennia, not with promises of safety or certainty, but with the quiet assurance that the pursuit of understanding is its own reward. In that pursuit, we have found a deeper truth. The universe does not reveal its secrets to those who seek control, but to those who seek with wonder. The stars have always been our silent teachers, offering lessons in humility and patience. They show us that time stretches far beyond our lifetimes, that beauty can arise from destruction, and that chaos can give birth to order. And in return, what do we offer? We offer our questions. We offer our stories. We offer the quiet rebellion of life itself, a declaration that in the face of entropy, we choose to create, to grow, and to endure. One day, long after Earth's oceans have receded and its mountains have worn away, the stories we tell today will still echo somewhere among the stars. They will live in the pulses of light we send outward, in the archives carried aboard our interstellar ships, in the cities built beneath the light of distant suns. And perhaps, somewhere, those stories will be found, not just by our descendants, but by beings who have never seen Earth, who will wonder at the audacity of a species that dreamed of crossing the void. But as much as the future belongs to the stars, it also belongs to this moment. Right now, as we gaze at the night sky, we are shaping the legacy that future generations will inherit. The journey to the cosmos is not only a technical challenge, it is a moral one. Will we teach our children that the vastness of space is a reason to unite, not divide? Will we show them that the discoveries of science do not diminish the soul, but enrich it? To venture into the cosmos is to embrace uncertainty, to be humbled by distances so vast they defy comprehension. And yet, this very vastness reminds us of the preciousness of our connections. The friends we call home when we feel far away, the cultures that teach us that there are many ways to understand the stars, the shared dreams that transcend language and time. The universe is not static. It is alive with movement, birth, and decay, a constant unfolding of new possibilities. And in this great unfolding, we have been given a fleeting moment to bear witness. That moment may be brief, but it is enough. It is enough to wonder, enough to ask the questions that will outlast us, enough to dream beyond our horizons and imagine what lies beyond. There will come a time when our great-great-grandchildren will live beneath skies we have never seen, skies filled with suns that light unfamiliar worlds. They will tell their own stories of wonder and longing, of triumph and loss. But they will also remember where it began, not in the stars, but in the hearts of those who dared to look up and believe that their journey mattered. And so, as we continue, we must remember that our strength lies not in our ability to dominate, but in our willingness to learn, to adapt, and to care. The cosmos is not a blank canvas. It is an ancient masterpiece, and every star is a brushstroke in a story we are only beginning to understand. To explore, it is not to rewrite that story, but to add our chapter to its pages. When the first human voice is heard on a distant planet, calling out in wonder beneath an alien sky, it will not be the voice of a single explorer. It will be the voice of all of us, echoing through time and space. And when they look back toward the dim point of light that was once their home, they will carry with them the hopes of every generation that dared to dream. We are wanderers, yes, but we are also builders, dreamers, and caretakers. In the cosmic vastness, we have discovered that meaning is not something we find. It is something we create. And in that creation, we become more than individuals. We become a testament to the resilience of life itself. The stars will remain long after our bones have turned to dust. But for this brief and brilliant moment, they are our companions. They remind us that we are not just shaped by the cosmos. We shape it in return with our stories, our questions, and our dreams. The journey ahead will be long, but it will not be lonely. For as long as we remember who we are, seekers of the infinite, children of the stars, the light of our journey will shine, not only in distant galaxies, but in the hearts of all who look up and wonder. The universe is vast, but so is the human spirit. And as long as there are stars to light the way, our story will never end. It will stretch across the cosmos, infinite and eternal, a song of stardust that dared to dream. And so, our song of stardust continues, a melody woven from courage, wonder, and an unbreakable desire to reach beyond the limits of what is known. Each note resonates through the cosmos, a quiet yet profound reminder that even the smallest spark of life can illuminate the darkest void. The universe watches in silence, not out of indifference, but as a canvas waits for the artist's brush. The cosmos does not demand our exploration, it invites it. It beckons with its vast mysteries, its hidden worlds, and its endless stars. And we, in response, have accepted that invitation not with answers, but with questions that will echo for generations to come. We are not merely voyagers through the cosmic sea. We are the storytellers of existence. With each discovery, we paint a new image of reality. The swirling galaxies we once saw as unreachable islands have become threads in the same cosmic fabric that binds us to the birth of stars and the death of time itself. But as we continue forward, we must remember the lessons the stars have whispered to us. They remind us that time is fleeting, that existence is fragile, and that unity is essential. Our survival, as we expand across worlds and horizons, will not depend on technological power alone, It will depend on our ability to remain connected to one another and to remember that our strength has always come from our capacity to care, to imagine, and to share. There will be times when we feel the weight of solitude in the cosmic night. We may find ourselves standing on distant shores, staring into alien sunsets, and wondering if anyone else has ever felt the way we do. But in that solitude, we will also find connection, the realization that our journey is not just outward, but inward, that in seeking the universe, we have always sought ourselves. Imagine the first gardens that will bloom under the skies of new worlds, plants brought from Earth, tended by human hands beneath a foreign sun. Imagine the first poems written by those who lived their entire lives among the stars, reflecting on the ancient stories of a world they've never seen, but still call home. These moments will be the quiet victories of a species that chose to create, even in the face of the unknown. And as we stand on new horizons, we will be reminded that exploration is not about conquering what lies beyond. It is about understanding. It is about seeing beauty where there was once only emptiness. It is about building bridges, not walls, between what we know and what we have yet to discover. We may never answer all the mysteries of the cosmos. We may never fully understand what came before the first light of creation or what lies beyond the last breath of time. But that is not a failure. It is a triumph. For in the act of wondering, in the audacity to ask questions with no promise of answers, we prove that we are not bound by the limits of our knowledge. We are defined by the depth of our curiosity and the courage of our dreams. One day, when the light of our sun fades and new stars rise in its place, our story will still shine in the hearts of those who remember us, not as beings who lived without struggle, but as beings who embraced the vastness of existence and chose to seek meaning within it. The stars do not need us to survive, but we, in some strange and beautiful way, need them. Not for sustenance, but for inspiration. They are the lights that have guided us through the darkness of uncertainty and fear, and they will continue to guide us for as long as we dare to dream. This is not just the story of our time. It is the story of all time. A story of dust that became thought, of light that became life, of dreams that became destiny. The universe will expand long after our footprints fade, long after our monuments crumble. But in the vast silence of that future, our echoes will remain, not as monuments of stone or metal, but as whispers in the fabric of space and time. A reminder that for a brief and precious moment, something remarkable happened. Life looked up, reached out, and touched infinity. And so, the journey continues, not because we have all the answers, but because we are bound by something more powerful than answers. The belief that there is always more to discover, more to wonder at, and more to become. The stars are not the end of our story. They're the beginning of everything we are yet to be. And as long as they shine, so too will the light of those who dared to seek them. And so, we press onward, carrying with us the quiet truth that exploration is not merely a destination. It is a declaration of who we are. In every star we reach for, in every world we set foot upon, we reaffirm the belief that existence, despite its chaos and fragility, is filled with purpose because we choose to make it so. The universe is vast beyond comprehension, but in that vastness, there is room for infinite dreams. Dreams of discovery, of connection, and of understanding. Each distant star, each unexplored horizon, whispers the same question: what will you become? And in that question lies the key to our future. We will not only become explorers of the stars, but architects of meaning itself. As we continue our journey, we must ask ourselves how we will measure our success. Will it be counted in the number of worlds we touch, the distances we travel, or the monuments we leave behind? Or will it be defined by something deeper, by the way we nurture life, protect our home, and carry forward the lessons of unity and compassion? For the true legacy of a civilization is not written in the stars it reaches, but in the values it carries with it. When we look back, we will see that the most profound moments were not those of conquest or triumph alone, but of quiet wonder. The first time we hear the winds of an alien world rushing through microphones on distant landers. The first time a child is born beneath a sky filled with unfamiliar moons. These are the moments that will define us, not because they are grand, but because they remind us that the human experience, in all its complexity, can flourish even in the farthest reaches of the cosmos. And yet, as we dream of distant worlds, we must also remember the fragility of our origins. Earth is not just the cradle of humanity. It is a symphony of life unparalleled in its diversity and beauty. To leave Earth without cherishing it would be to forget our roots. The oceans that ripple with light, the forests that breathe with ancient wisdom, and the quiet hum of life that fills the night. These are not burdens we leave behind, but treasures we must carry with us. There will come a time when the first ships to the stars embark, carrying explorers who will never return. They will sail past the last familiar worlds of our solar system and into the true unknown, bound for exoplanets that orbit distant suns. Their journey will span generations, their arrival celebrated by descendants who will have never known the sky of Earth. And though they will build new homes and tell new stories, they will still feel the pull of the place where humanity's journey began. For home is not merely a place, it is a legacy. It is the sum of every dream, every sacrifice, and every whisper of wonder that led us to the stars. And even as we create new homes among the galaxies, we will carry Earth within us, the memories of its warmth, its music, its gravity. But if the universe has taught us anything, it is that growth requires reverence. Each new world we discover will have its own story, written in rock, wind, and time. Some will be barren. Others will pulse with life forms strange and beautiful. And in those encounters, we will be faced with choices, whether to listen or to impose, to respect or to exploit. Our choices will define not only our survival, but our legacy. If we are wise, we will choose humility. We will choose to see ourselves not as masters of the cosmos, but as caretakers of its wonder. We will recognize that life, wherever it arises, is not a resource, but a miracle, a reminder that the cosmos, for all its vastness, is capable of producing something fragile and precious. One day, when humanity's presence stretches across the stars, the night sky will no longer belong to a single world. It will belong to all worlds. And when we tell the story of how it began, we will not speak only of rockets and engines, but of dreams and questions. We will speak of those who dared to believe that the darkness could be illuminated, not by force, but by understanding. In the end, it is not the stars alone that make the cosmos beautiful. It is the courage of those who reach for them. The universe may be vast, but so too is the human spirit. And as long as we continue to seek, to wonder, and to dream, our story will never truly end. The journey will go on, not because the cosmos needs us, but because we have chosen to become part of its story. To the stars, we bring not only our knowledge, but our humanity, our joy, our sorrow, our hope. And in doing so, we prove that even in the face of the infinite, we have found a way to belong. This is our legacy. This is our purpose. And as long as there are stars to light the way, we will continue, eternally, beautifully, across the endless expanse of the unknown. And so, we continue, boldly, humbly, and with the quiet knowledge that our journey is both a tribute to where we began and a promise to the future we have yet to create. The universe stretches before us, vast and filled with mysteries we cannot yet comprehend. But within its immensity lies the potential for something even greater: connection. Connection not just to the stars, but to ourselves, to life in all its forms, and to the infinite story that binds us to the cosmos. Each step into the unknown affirms a deeper truth: that exploration is not simply about reaching new worlds. It is about becoming more than we were. We carry with us the dreams of countless generations who once believed that the sky was an unreachable limit. But we shattered that illusion, learning that the sky is not a ceiling. It is an invitation. And in answering that call, we have become both architects of possibility and guardians of wonder. One day, we will stand in the shadow of worlds we have only imagined, planets with rings that shimmer in strange suns, oceans that glow beneath alien constellations, and mountains that rise above clouds of gas and colors beyond earthly skies. We will gaze upon these new horizons with awe, but also with reverence. For every step forward must be taken with the knowledge that the cosmos is not ours to take. It is ours to understand, to honor, and to cherish. There will be triumphs so grand that they will redefine what it means to be human. The first interstellar ship returning home with tales of distant suns. The first message exchanged with an intelligent species that evolved light years away. The first human-born citizen of a planet beyond Earth. These milestones will mark the dawn of a new era, not because they prove our dominance over the stars, but because they prove that the human spirit is boundless. But there will also be moments of loss, ships that vanish into the void, worlds that remain out of reach, and questions that go unanswered. Yet even in those moments, we will find resilience. For we are shaped not only by what we achieve, but by how we rise when faced with the unknown. The cosmos does not ask for perfection. It asks for persistence. And that is what makes our journey beautiful, that we continue even when the path is unclear. And as we move forward, let us remember that we do not explore to escape our humanity. We explore to deepen it. To cross the seas of space is to awaken to the preciousness of life in all its forms, to understand that every breath we take, every sunrise we witness, is an extraordinary gift born from cosmic events billions of years in the making. The first human hand to touch the soil of an exoplanet will not simply mark the arrival of a new age. It will be a reminder that every great journey begins with a single step. And when we look back at Earth from those distant worlds, we will see not just a planet, but the sum of everything that made us who we are, our joys, our failures, our resilience, and our dreams. We will know that Earth is not small because it is distant. It is vast because it holds the entirety of our beginnings. And from that understanding, we will grow, not away from our origins, but in reverence to them. There will come a day when the night skies of alien worlds echo with human stories. The songs we once sang beneath Earth's stars will be carried to distant moons, retold in new languages, and shaped by new worlds. In those stories, our descendants will remember us, not as perfect beings, but as courageous ones. They will remember that it was here, in this brief moment of time, that we chose to look beyond fear and step into the infinite. For in the end, the measure of humanity's greatness will not be how many worlds we reach, but how much we grow in the reaching. We will not be remembered for the power we wielded, but for the meaning we created in the face of the unknown. And so, we journey onward, not because we know what lies ahead, but because the very act of seeking is what gives life its purpose. The stars are not distant after all. They are reflections of the light we carry within us, the light of curiosity, empathy, and an enduring belief that our story is not yet finished. The universe may be vast, but it is not beyond us. It was always waiting, not for answers, but for wonder. And now, at last, we rise to meet it, not as wanderers lost in the void, but as dreamers who chose to create meaning in the infinite. This is our legacy. This is who we are. The stars call, and this time, our answer will not be a whisper. It will be a resounding chorus of hope, of courage, and of infinite possibility. The journey continues, and so do we, boundless, resilient, and eternal. And so, our journey extends beyond the horizon, an unbroken thread in the vast tapestry of existence. Each generation that follows will walk paths we cannot yet imagine, guided by the same ancient pull that has led humanity from the edges of campfires to the edges of galaxies. What began as curiosity, the simple act of looking up, has become our defining purpose: to understand, to create, and to belong. The stars we once feared as distant and untouchable have become markers of hope, reminding us that our story is not bound by any single world. And as we carry our dreams to new frontiers, we must remember that exploration is not about what we can take from the cosmos. It's about what we can give to it. To step into the infinite is to become stewards of possibility, not conquerors of the unknown. For every new world we encounter, there will be choices. Will we nurture, or will we exploit? Will we listen to the silent wisdom of ancient planets, or will we impose our will without understanding? These choices will define not just the future of humanity, but the very meaning of life among the stars. And yet, even amid those vast uncertainties, there will be moments of profound joy, moments when the smallest discoveries remind us why we began this journey. The first breath taken on another planet, the first sunrise witnessed on a moon we once only dreamed of, the first child born to a sky filled with twin suns, whose lullabies will tell of a planet called Earth, a place they may never see but will always feel in their bones. These moments will become the myths of tomorrow, told and retold under alien skies by generations who will know that their story began with a simple truth, that humanity was never meant to stand still. We were born to move, to question, and to seek. But this journey is not just about reaching new places. It's about becoming something more. Each step forward reveals the beauty and fragility of existence. The ancient light of galaxies tells us that time is vast, but our moments within it are fleeting. The gravitational pull of distant stars reminds us that even the smallest force can shape entire destinies. And in every discovery, we find reflections of ourselves, the quiet realization that the same forces that shaped the stars also shaped us. As we move through the cosmos, We will not forget the lessons of our home. Earth, in its oceans and forests and deserts, is a masterpiece of life. A reminder that the rarest treasures in the universe are not diamonds or gold, but water, breath, and the delicate balance that allows life to thrive. To walk among the stars is to carry the memory of that balance with us, ensuring that what we build is not a monument to power, but a testament to care. There will come a time when the night sky no longer feels distant, when humanity's presence among the stars is as familiar as the sunrise once was. And on that day, as we stand beneath alien constellations, we will remember this moment, the moment when we chose to believe that our small lives could touch the infinite. And perhaps, in some far future, beings we cannot yet imagine will look at the echoes of our journey and wonder at the species that dared to reach beyond its world. Perhaps they will find traces of us in the ships we sent, in the songs we left behind, in the signals that traveled through the dark for millennia. And perhaps they will smile, knowing that they are not alone in their search for meaning. For this is what the cosmos offers, not answers, but connection. The realization that in a universe of unimaginable scale, the act of seeking binds us together. That even in our brief time under the stars, we became part of something eternal. The journey will continue long after we are gone, but that is what makes it beautiful. We will be remembered not for the worlds we touched, but for the courage it took to reach for them. And in that courage, we will find our place, not just in space, but in the story of the universe itself. The stars do not ask for our greatness. They ask only for our wonder. And in that wonder, we will find everything we need, the strength to rise, the humility to listen, and the light to guide us home, no matter how far we travel. So, we continue, not because the path is easy, but because it is endless. And in that endlessness, we will leave behind more than footprints. We will leave stories, echoes of a species that chose to dream. The stars are waiting, and with every heartbeat of wonder, we will answer, forever reaching, forever learning, forever human. And so, the echoes of our journey ripple across the stars, an eternal testament to what it means to seek, to strive, and to endure. We are wanderers, yes, but we are also creators of meaning, artists of the infinite who paint the canvas of the cosmos not with conquest, but with discovery, connection, and wonder. There will come a time when our descendants, far removed from this moment, will stand beneath alien skies and reflect on how far we've come. They will see themselves not as isolated pioneers, but as threads in a vast and unbreakable tapestry of life that began on a small blue world, carried forward by dreams that defied gravity and fear. These future generations will read our stories and feel the weight of our choices, the triumphs that lit our way and the mistakes that humbled us. They will understand that the universe is not something to be tamed or controlled, but something to be cherished and understood. And they will know that their ability to look to the horizon and imagine something more was a gift inherited from us. But the future is not built by dreams alone. It is shaped by courage, responsibility, and empathy. For every starship we send into the unknown, there will be decisions that test the limits of our wisdom. How will we coexist with the wonders we encounter? How will we honor the life that may bloom in forms unfamiliar to us? These questions will define our legacy as much as any technological achievement. Even if we find ourselves alone in this vast cosmic ocean, the journey will not have been in vain. For solitude does not mean insignificance. The very act of reaching outward affirms that life, no matter how small or brief, can be a force of creativity, resilience, and purpose. To gaze into the void and dream of connection is, in itself, an act of defiance against the darkness. And if, one day, we hear another voice in the void, if we discover that we are not the universe's only storytellers, then we will face a moment of profound revelation. It will not matter if that voice comes from another species or another form of intelligence altogether. What will matter is that we listened, that we reached out with wonder rather than fear, that we understood that the greatest journey is not one of miles or light years, but one of empathy and understanding. But no matter what we find, life or silence, companionship or solitude, the journey itself will define us. We will have proven that the cosmos is not indifferent, for it has given rise to beings who can feel awe, who can create beauty, and who can seek truth. We will have shown that even in the cold expanse of space, there is warmth in the hearts of those who dare to wonder. And as we look back at Earth, that fragile sphere of water and rock, we will be reminded of how extraordinary it is to belong to something so vast and ancient. The forests, the oceans, the quiet hum of life. These are not things to leave behind, but to carry with us in every step forward. In time, the human story will grow larger than the sky we were born beneath. It will stretch across galaxies and generations. And yet, even in that unimaginable future, the essence of who we are will remain the same. A species that looked into the dark and saw not emptiness, but infinite possibility. Our story will be remembered, not because we were powerful, but because we were dreamers. Not because we knew all the answers, but because we dared to ask the questions. And though our time in the universe may be brief, our legacy will shine like the stars we once feared were out of reach. So we continue, not as conquerors, but as caretakers of wonder. The stars do not demand perfection from us, only that we keep moving forward, that we keep asking, seeking, and growing. And as long as we do, our light will never fade. The journey will lead us to places we cannot yet imagine, through hardships we cannot yet foresee, and to triumphs that will redefine us. And through it all, we will remain what we have always been, explorers of meaning, creators of stories, and travelers of the infinite. The stars awake, and with every step, we become not just travelers of the cosmos, but the very echo of its song. Boundless, brilliant, and eternal. We rise, we seek, and we continue, forever. And so, we rise again and again, with every question, every discovery, and every step into the unknown. The universe, in all its vastness, is not a silent void, but a symphony of endless beginnings. And we, fragile yet fearless, have become its listeners, its composers, and its storytellers. There will come a time when the familiar constellations we once traced as children will fade from view, replaced by unfamiliar star patterns in distant skies. But even as the sky changes, we will not lose our way. The true constellations that guide us are not made of stars alone. They are made of hope, compassion, and the unshakable belief that we are meant to journey together. And yet, for all our ambition, we will always be tied to the place where our story began. Earth, its rivers, forests, and oceans, will live on in the memories we carry to other worlds. It will remain the song that echoes through every breath we take beneath foreign suns, reminding us that home is not defined by soil or gravity, but by the connections we hold within our hearts. One day, as we watch the sun rise from the surface of an alien moon or stand in the shadow of a planet that orbits a distant star, we will remember what it meant to dream. We will understand that the stars were never out of reach. They were simply waiting for us to find the courage to reach back. But the journey will not be without challenges. There will be moments when the enormity of the cosmos feels overwhelming, when the distances seem too vast and the questions too daunting. Yet, it is in those very moments that we will discover our greatest strength. For it is not answers that define us. It is our willingness to continue, even when the path is uncertain. We will leave behind more than footprints in the dust of alien worlds. We will leave stories. Stories of explorers who sailed into the void, not to conquer, but to learn. Stories of scientists and poets who turned distant galaxies into places of wonder and meaning. Stories of a species that understood that to be alive is to be in motion, always moving forward, always seeking. And perhaps someday, someone, human or otherwise, will stumble upon the traces we left behind. They will hear the echoes of our journey in the songs we sent into the stars, in the golden records we launched into the unknown, in the whispers of our long-ago transmissions. And they will know that for a fleeting, brilliant moment, a species of stardust chose to dream. For in the end, our story is not a story of survival alone. It is a story of purpose. We do not seek the stars simply to escape our limits, but to understand what lies beyond them. We explore because we know that in every distant horizon, we discover something new, not only about the universe, but about ourselves. The cosmos does not promise us safety or certainty. It offers no guarantees, only possibilities. And that is what makes it beautiful, that it asks us to bring our own meaning to the infinite. The stars are waiting, not for our triumph, but for our wonder. They do not ask for our power, but for our presence. And so, we walk forward, knowing that the journey itself is the answer we've always sought. Every step is a reminder that we are not lost in the vastness. We are a part of it. The same forces that shape galaxies have shaped us. The same light that birthed the first stars fuels the spark of our curiosity. We are not separate from the universe. We are its voice, its hands, its dreams. When the first human stands on the edge of another world and looks across an alien horizon, they will not stand alone. They will stand as the embodiment of every explorer who ever dared to wonder, every ancestor who dreamed beneath the same stars, and every future soul who will follow in their footsteps. They will stand as proof that life, though fragile, is unbreakable in its pursuit of the extraordinary. And when they look up at the sky, they will see the faint glow of a distant home, a pale blue hanging in the cosmic sea. And they will understand, as we understand now, that though we have traveled far, we have never truly left home. For home is more than a place. It is the story we carry with us, the light we share, and the journey we continue together. The stars are calling. And this time, we answer, not with fear, but with joy. Not with conquest, but with reverence. And as we take our place among the stars, we will remember that we are more than explorers. We are stewards of wonder, guardians of possibility, and creators of meaning. The journey will never end, for the cosmos is endless. And in that endlessness, we will continue, not just as travelers, but as dreamers who dared to seek the infinite and, in doing so, became infinite ourselves. We rise, We seek. We continue, forever luminous, forever reaching, forever human. And so, our story is not one of endings, but of continuations. The journey into the cosmos reflects the very essence of what it means to be human, to seek, to wonder, and to dream without limits. From the quiet forests of Earth to the alien plains of distant worlds, we carry the same flame that has burned since the dawn of time. The need to explore, to connect, and to create meaning from the vast unknown. The stars do not simply mark our destination. They remind us that we have always belonged to something larger than ourselves. We are not bound by gravity alone, but by purpose, by resilience, and by the unbreakable belief that the greatest discoveries lie not just in distant galaxies, but in the courage to take the next step. This is who we are, travelers of the infinite, united by curiosity, guided by wonder, and shaped by the stories we leave behind. And as long as we continue to look up at the stars and ask, "What's next?" our journey will never truly end. The universe is vast, but so are we. Thank you for following this journey of thought and wonder. Subscribe to the stars within yourself, and let your curiosity guide you ever forward. We rise, we seek, and we continue, forever luminous, forever reaching, forever one.